Can't be having you say yeah over and over. That's the first thing they hear when they turn it on is you making noises. You can do one now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. No more.
Just so they didn't miss out completely.
Yeah.
They know now.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 10 of those.
Yeah.
I
mean, yeah. That's something I was gonna.
In quick succession.
Something I was gonna ask you guys right out the gate, but I completely forgot.
How long do you guys wait to change your bathroom towels, or wash them?
Wash them? Like it's not even 2 months. It's definitely longer than like 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. That's my answer.
When I was living in the dorms, I didn't wash my towels once.
Like hand towels or like bath towels or
Like bath towels. Like you get out of the shower and yeah.
probably like once a week for me, maybe week and a half.
If I had a washer and dryer, I would wash them a lot more.
Yeah.
But because I had to go to the laundromat, fuck all that.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. That's right.
So like now, I live at home, so whenever they get changed, they get changed. I don't really
your
care.
parents do it, basically. Yeah.
Or my sisters.
Ooh.
But like,
That's like
when you get out of the shower, your body's clean.
Yeah, but it starts to smell. The towel starts to smell after a while.
Not if you like hang it up to dry properly and it dries out all the way.
I know, but like after a bit. I'm not saying after a day or two. I'm saying after like months. Whenever I start to notice it getting kind of rank, that's when I go wash it. So
Yeah.
For me, it's whenever it's not like I have really old towels, so they like quit soaking up the water as well, and I'm just kind of like smearing it around my body. It's like, all right.
you're not actually, you're not. Nothing's getting dry here.
Yeah, it's not. It's done soaking stuff up. Like,
Yeah.
Time for new towels. That's the real answer. The real answer is just instead of washing your towels, just buy new ones every time. You know?
Towels are expensive though.
Yeah, but if you buy like new towels like 4 times a year, it's not so bad, right? I don't know. I've never.
I mean, you could still just use the same towels all year.
I have 2 towels and I have not bought a new towel.
Yeah.
the past 3 or 4 years. So maybe I should go buy some new towel set. Maybe I should buy some towels
Yeah.
for myself.
I just use paper towels.
Paper towels. Yeah.
just wrap yourself up like a mummy and
Yeah.
just like.
Walk out of the bathroom. Sorry guys, hold on. I know I'm just in a towel. What?
Shove your dick in the tube.
And then when there's no paper towels, I just, I'm wet all
I
day.
go outside and dry off in the breeze.
I grab some leaves
Some leaves.
and grass. I roll around in the grass until
Oh
I'm
yeah,
dry.
that'll make sure you're really clean because you're one with the earth, rolling around in the dirt after your shower.
Honestly,
Yeah.
drying off outside's the best though. Like
Yeah.
after you get out of the pool or whatever,
Yeah.
you just like don't feel all gross.
It's relaxing. I had like another question, but I forgot it.
Yeah. I didn't want to come in too hot swinging about politics, but to be honest, there's nothing really I want to talk about politically aside from Biden telling he's going to run someone over in his truck, which is really funny. That like we have a president
For all the wrong reasons.
It's like nothing changed after Trump. We still have a president who just says like asinine shit and everyone just goes, okay.
He's just got a different colored tie.
Yeah. They're for the context, they're like he was in a truck. I don't know what he was doing in the truck. He's just trying to drive a truck really fast. He was like, come on, guys.
It was a Ford's new electric truck that he was test driving.
He's trying to show off Ford's new truck. And he's like, because it was about people. He was trying to show how America's the best, basically. How America makes good vehicles.
Biden's out here making sponsored content.
Yeah. this presidential election, he's like, this is my State of the Address Union. It's sponsored by Raid Shadow Legend.
Sometime
The
soon.
Legend 27? I can't do a Biden face, but
I'm not doing it. Hold on. I have to. I'm just fucking with you. I gotta like bring it back to that so I can think of it like. Oh, whoa, you're it's just. Now I'm sounding like a weird cowboy guy.
Yeah.
It's not. I can't do a good Biden yet either.
he's not got like a
Cornball was a bad dude. That's just me quoting Biden. I'm sorry.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he has a lot of really funny quotes. I've posted so many in this podcast, but just to remember, like I used to swim with the black kids, and they would put their hands on my legs and touch my leg hair, something like that.
Yeah.
Really weird one.
But so the reporter asked about Israel.
Yeah, right
She
before
was like,
all these people were talking about the truck, and then right before he's done, a reporter asked about Israel. Yeah.
and he says, "Why don't you get in front of the truck and I'll floor it?"
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm not going to answer about Israel unless you get in front of this truck, and then I'm going to floor.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like silent. He's like, I'm just kidding. Like,
No, everyone laughed.
it's not funny.
I know.
I think people did laugh, but I think it was like an awkward thing. I'll put the video in here, but it's like a weird, awkward moment where
It's like
people are like, yeah, you get him, Biden.
Israel's committing genocide, and a reporter
Well,
was asked,
he already said his opinion on Israel.
Yeah.
He said Israel has the right to defend themselves. And
Which,
by
like,
defend themselves, he means
Yeah.
destroy all their buildings and kill 200 people. But,
and commit a war crime.
yeah. Yeah, aren't they using, are they using chemical weapons, or did I just read that wrong or something? I think they're using chemical weapons.
I don't remember reading that. I just remember them bombing a building with a bunch of reporters in that.
Yeah.
Technically, that wouldn't be a problem anyway. It wouldn't be a war crime just because it is a problem, but
Technically, that'd be good.
they're the same country, right?
Well,
Palestine and Israel. Or,
technically, Israel just kind of owns Palestine. Like, they control it, but it's its own thing, I guess.
right? Because that was a big thing throughout this whole year of people being tear gas against the Geneva Convention. Whenever the cops were just going nuts.
Yeah.
With all the protests.
Right.
It's but it doesn't matter because the cops never signed the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, we're not talking about war. We're talking about just harassing our own people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the argument could be made that they are at war with Palestine.
They treat it like they're at war with them. I mean,
Yeah.
they're literally just a missile striking
Slaughtering,
them.
yeah. But they bombed a hotel building full of reporters, which is a war crime.
Yeah. They gave them less than an hour's notice to evict the premises. And it makes you think, okay, when you know that the leaders of Israel, and you know that a lot of people in Israel just want the Palestinians to just leave, and then when they just start leveling all their buildings and destroying buildings reporters are in, and destroying all these nice, what was it? It was apartment buildings and offices were destroyed when they first attacked this last time. Yeah. And it's okay, we're going to destroy your homes now. And what? Well, there might be terrorists there, so we're going to destroy all your homes. What? People are well, they have to because they're getting missile striked by Gaza. It's okay, but they have an Iron Dome that protects them. No one in Israel is getting blown up. Yes, there's missiles being fired at them, but they're not being blown up. But and I understand the Iron Dome is I don't know. Maybe one day it'll be destroyed eventually, but for right now, it pretty much protects them from missiles. So it's just weird because there's their justification, their idea of stopping terrorism is just destroying everything but terrorists. And people actually defend it. And people also defend well, we gave Palestine the option of the two-state solution, but they keep rejecting it. And meanwhile, the two-state solution that Israel is like asking them to do is like
they get like
you
10% of the land. And
you get like no land. You have restrictions on where you can go, but Israelis can go anywhere. They distribute the water completely differently, so that way you get way less water in Palestine than you do in Israel.
Yeah,
like they on purposely are like fucking up everything. It's like it's so stupid. It's like. And then Israel's like, poor me, oh me. Why are they
Israel wants them to say no so that they can still keep attacking the.
And then Netanyahu like recently said something about like the weak will be destroyed and the strong will survive. Like, what are you even talking about, dude? Like, and this is the same guy who defended Hitler, which is ironic because Israel is a Jewish state that exists so that way they could escape oppression from the Nazis. But defend Hitler all the way, dude. Just.
Did you see? The Onion's article?
No.
Yeah.
What did they say?
They were like, hey, Israel, why don't you bomb our headquarters in case there are any terrorists hiding out?
We're pretty sure there's none here, but just in case, we'd like you to make sure for us.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Israel is it's just such a blatant, like, who are you guys fooling here? And you're like, oh, there might be terrorists. Let's blow up everything of this place we don't like. This place we very clearly don't like. We don't try to hide. We don't like it at all. Yes, let's just blow it all up and then say, oops, we're looking for terrorists. And like you watch the videos of like these huge buildings just like collapse, just like fucking eviscerating Gaza.
Have you heard anything? Has Ben Shapiro said anything about it?
Yeah, but I haven't looked at him yet. He's a Jewish Republican. That's
right,
like,
so yeah.
That means you're a huge like Zionist. Like you want Jews to conquer all of the Holy Land.
I mean, he already hates Muslims.
Yeah, he fucking hates Muslims.
I haven't seen him say anything.
But
at least I haven't looked into it.
In America, people have been like Free Palestine people have been attacking Jews, and these are like I don't know how to say it other than just like they're just like. Not, I don't know. They're just violent people who are attacking Jews who are like,
in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, and Jewish anti-Semitism has been on the rise since like Trump came into office. But like the thing is, like the alt-right and the right-wingers will like say a bunch of anti-Semitic stuff all the time, and then when it comes to Israel, they're like, no, defend Israel. Israel has the right to destroy all Muslims. And it's this weird thing where Republicans are trying to pit the Jews and the Muslims against each other. And there's like this long history of like Muslims and Jewish people hating each other. And it's like, because like, yes, there's Israel and Palestine, but then there's just like the culture of them like being racist towards each other. Mm-hmm. And it's like, man, you guys are being played by Republicans, like straight up being played. And on also just colonists and like white people in general. You're just being played. You're being pitted against each other. They're taking advantage of all this history and conflict.
Well, a big part of the problem comes down to Jerusalem is a holy city for Jews and Muslims and Christians.
Yeah.
And so they all kind of want it. That's why the Republicans are in favor of Israel, is because they don't want the Muslims, like they don't like the Jews having it as much as if they had it.
Yeah, they don't want the Muslims to have it.
Yeah.
The Muslims are considered like, because like at least the Jews are like, Christians were like, well, there were the Jews and then we formed based off of them. The Muslims are just like straight up like abominations to Christians. So they're fine with Jews, but they're not fine with Muslims. Which is why you have people in America who are just like, yeah, we're for a peaceful solution. We just want Israel to win. And that's why Biden will be like, yeah, Israel has the right to defend. This is not a Biden impression. Israel has the right to defend themselves, but it's like you're not looking at it from both sides. And it's obvious. He doesn't have to. The news just tells you what to think and what to say. But because of the internet, Palestinian support is higher than it's ever been. So
I feel like that is a silver lining that has come out of this. I'm seeing a lot more people being like
questioning
everything, because they're like, this is the guy we fought super hard to get into office,
yeah,
and he's just like kind of the same shit.
Well,
like,
I think well yeah. There's definitely a lot less support for like liberals, and I mean like mainstream Democrats. I don't mean like leftists, because a lot of people don't know what liberal means. But there's like a lot less support for them nowadays. But
I mean, like progressive ideals are really popular.
yeah,
Like majority of people want socialized healthcare and higher minimum wage.
yeah.
It's just fucking stupid. The way our government's set up is either a conservative or another conservative gets into office.
It's neoliberal or neoconservative.
Yeah.
And which is on the
Right.
they're both kind of like just like what is it, like two sides of the same coin kind of thing.
Right.
Where it's like, you can't have guns, and then the other side's like, oh yeah, well you can't have abortions,
Yeah.
and they're like, and those are the only two problems that matter in the entire world.
Whereas-
And it's like there's a lot of shit we could get to.
A lot of
before we
people on both.
even tap into that.
Then there's like all the people on either side who don't give a shit about guns or abortions and are like fine with both, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like besides like the hardcore Christian Republicans, everyone else is just kind of like, yeah, I don't really give a shit about abortion. And like a lot of the hardcore lefties are like, no, you need a gun to defend your property from the government. like, so like everyone is pretty much like, shut up about those issues. But they always do that. I mean, Obama could have, done a lot to get rid of guns. He didn't. He's not going to, and Biden's not going to either. So,
take away their
it's their carrot.
card.
It's
Like,
a carrot
that's-
on a stick.
yeah.
And without guns, then if we get rid of guns, then the Democrats have nothing, because they're not going to do any meaningful change. Just like how they'll never get rid of abortion, because if they get rid of abortion, then Republicans have nothing. Though, ironically,
They're getting there.
they're getting there, because the Supreme Court is reviewing the 15-week ban on abortion that like Mississippi did or something, which is
Yeah.
like if you are 15 weeks pregnant, you can no longer get an abortion, which means like it's impossible to get an abortion. You have to know you're pregnant like right after you fuck. the first possible chance that you know that you're pregnant is when you have to go get an abortion. Because it's so they want the ban to be so early.
Yeah.
So
Which
then the Supreme Court super stacked by Republicans because Mitch McConnell had so much power, and it's a weird system. I don't know why we let that happen. So
well, they're talking about stacking the court, so
yeah, which they
But,
and it should be impartial. It shouldn't be majority run, but
Yeah.
that's my sense.
and Ted Cruz is like. He's like, well, if they stack the court, that's horrible, because then it'll be an imbalance of power. It's like, no,
It is right
that's
now.
what we have right now.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz, you fucking retard.
Like you can't make that argument. You have to make a different argument. Like I would hear out your argument for why we shouldn't sack the court, but like if you're just going to say it'll be majority Democrats, like it's super majority Republican. Like, Republicans pretty much have control of the Supreme Court right now.
Well, his argument was like, well, then what's stopping a Republican president from stacking the court? It's like,
Well,
He did.
yeah,
well,
he already did.
yeah, it's kind of stacked right now. So yeah, I mean, Mitch McConnell should have never been so clearly biased when he blocked Obama from assigning a Supreme Court justice and then rushed Trump to get another one in. It was just,
Well,
it just shouldn't have happened.
he said he's gonna try and block everything Biden does again, but he can't.
I hope his like arteries are blocked.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. He said that he's gonna try and block everything. Like
I know, that's all he ever does.
Republicans are all gonna vote no matter what.
All the Republicans ever do is vote no on literally everything. They'll never compromise. They never do shit. And this is why we just need to like absolutely eviscerate them and just get rid of the electoral college. And then if Republicans want to win, they'll have to completely change their platform, because no one will vote for them based off of if we go off the actual popular vote. So
And then Liz Cheney.
I think it's just Liz Cheney.
Cheney?
Yeah.
Liz Cheney, Dick Cheney's daughter?
I can't remember if it's his daughter or his ex. I think it's his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Liz
She
Cheney
got kicked off, and now she's just like attacking Republicans.
Yeah, well,
she's attacking Fox News.
Jeremiah, do you know about it?
I haven't heard anything.
It's kind of awesome.
She got voted out of like.
She's like the one Republican I like right now.
She got voted out of being like
just because she's like ripping at a Republican.
She was like the head chair of some Republican faction in what was it? Is it in Congress or is it in the House?
I think it's Congress.
She's like the head chair, and then
no, it's in the House. I'm sorry.
And then they voted her out because she said we need to stop talking about Trump because he lost the election, and they're like, no, even though it's almost June, we're gonna keep pushing that Trump is still president.
Yeah.
We're going to keep saying we need to investigate to make sure the election was fair and not fraudulent. Which is like, if you need a better example, the Republicans are just wasting everyone's time and trying to do nothing at all. Here it is. They just want to talk about if the election was fraudulent or not. It's like, I don't know what else can you even do. Like, you've lost every try you've taken at trying to prove it was fraudulent. So I just don't know what's left.
Yeah.
It's over.
Well, yeah. And then she goes on Fox News and just eviscerates
the
Republicans and Fox News.
It's so stupid.
It's like there's only like a couple Republicans I like right now just because they're actually have somewhat intelligence, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like Liz Cheney and Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney, yeah.
And those are like the only two.
Yeah, Mitt Romney has been against the Trump stuff this whole time.
He's kind of based with stuff. Like, he's a Republican for sure, but he's not just one of those guys that's out there.
Well, he invented Obamacare.
Did he?
Yeah, Obama. He did a healthcare system in his state, and then Obama just stole it, and he did that because that way no one could say no to it. And the Republicans kept attacking it, and then it was against Obama versus Mitt Romney, and he would be like, you call it Obamacare, I call it Romneycare, because I took it from you. And that's what he would do in the debates. And, I mean, it worked. It's hard to fight against that. It makes Mitt Romney and the Republicans look like a bunch of dummies when they say they don't want Obamacare. Mitt Romney literally did Obamacare.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mitt Romney is... I don't know. People only hated him at the time because he was going against Obama. But I mean, what the fuck? Someone has to go against Obama. That's the way elections work.
Right.
Yeah.
Just Obama was a very popular president. And Mitt Romney was a Republican, which is not good. Nobody likes those. So, especially not against Obama. That was the worst time to be Republican. Because McCain was against Obama too, and I actually liked McCain as well.
Yeah.
But you can't beat Obama. You just can't. He's too good.
Basically, if you're a Republican and you say anything bad about Trump, one, the other Republicans will immediately vote you off no matter what. And two, I support you.
It just doesn't make any sense. Trump's not coming back. It's over.
I know. He's under criminal investigation right now by the Massachusetts DA.
And New York.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
No, it's different.
Yeah. I don't know. I highly doubt he's coming back. Every time he talks nowadays, he just sounds like he's lost his marbles even more. So I just don't understand.
I don't know if it's the Trump organization and Trump Jr.
Did you know Trump Jr.'s wife slept with a Secret Service member, and that's why Trump Jr. doesn't want Secret Service, and he would start showing up to events without Secret Service because Secret Service member fucked his wife. And then,
really?
And then after he said no more Secret Service, they got a divorce.
That's awesome.
That literally just happened. So everyone keeps saying oh, maybe I'll go fuck your wife.
They all get
everyone's ripping on him for that.
Well, they all get code names too. If the Secret Service takes care of you, you get a code name. So it's like Cuck Jr. or something.
We gotta take.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Cuck Jr. is in the building. I repeat, Cuck Jr. is in the building. Please don't call me that code name. I don't like that code name. Okay, Cuck Jr.
All right, CJ.
All right, CJ.
CJ.
It's like a bad guy comes into Trump Jr.'s office, and the only one who can save him is the guy who fucked his wife.
That seems like a Will Ferrell movie.
Was Will Ferrell the Secret Service guy? Because
Will Ferrell would be Trump Jr.
Yeah.
No, well, he's played like the wimpy guy, and he's also played like the angry guy before. So I would
He's
love to
better
see.
as the wimpy guy.
Okay.
He is.
Like
Sure.
the other guy.
Yeah, but he would be okay with being cut. Will Ferrell's character would be fine with it.
That's true.
It's got to be someone who get more like really mad about it, but is totally believable that his wife would cheat on him.
Maybe him and the Secret Service member went to the same high school, and that guy fucked his girlfriend in high school too.
His high school bully keeps fucking all of his girlfriends and wives.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm really important, so now you have to listen to me. And he's like, okay. And then his wife's alone, and then she starts flirting with him, and he's like, oh yeah.
It's who's the guy that always is in all the movies with Will Ferrell? The short guy with the
Mark Wahlberg?
No.
Short guy with Will Ferrell.
Heavier guy. John
C. Reilly. You want John C. It's like Step Brothers 2. You want John C. Reilly to fuck Will Ferrell's wife.
That would be.
That needs to be in the real Step Brothers 2. Just make Step Brothers 2 and then make that a plot point between John C. Reilly fucks his wife.
Honestly, John C. Reilly as Trump Jr. would work too.
Yeah. And then Will Ferrell. No, he doesn't.
No,
Will Ferrell
actually-
doesn't play a bully well though.
I think he does, and I think it would be really funny if John C. Reilly was the one who was like, "This is going to be a great day of me signing papers and doing political shit." And then Will Ferrell was like, "Hey, so I saw your wife last night." He was like, "Oh yeah, what'd you guys do? Did you guys talk about something?" "Well, we talked."
That's exactly how he.
We talked about something.
That's exactly
like-
how he would deliver.
He's like trying to. I'm like, I can picture Will Ferrell on his face doing the like face, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh no," but he's like trying to tell John, and he can't.
Yeah.
And he keeps saying like other stuff. He keeps coming up with euphemisms, and it keeps going over John C. Reilly's head.
Oh my god.
It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean there was a snake in her garage? What are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah, no, I want, John C. Reilly, Will Ferrell, Cuck Brothers.
Cuck Brothers.
You gotta have like you said, Mark Wahlberg would honestly make a better Secret Service agent.
Yeah.
Maybe like the other one, and then I feel like Steve Carell.
Let's just get
should be better somewhere.
let's get all of Will Ferrell's like best co-stars and put them all as different Secret Service members,
Just so,
and then
like-
make it a who's who. Which one fucked his wife? Will Ferrell finds out one of the Secret Service members fucked his wife. Doesn't know which one. Is it John C. Reilly? Is it Mark Wahlberg? Is it Steve Carell? Is it Paul Rudd? Is it who else has he worked? Who's like an iconic
Norm
sidekick?
Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald? Wait. Oh yeah.
Like just the full like 1998
Kevin James.
SNL cast.
Kevin. Kevin. I don't know. Okay, if we made an Adam Sandler movie.
Well, Kevin James was in Get Hard with Will Ferrell, I think, right?
Which one's Get Hard?
I don't know. I haven't seen it, but
I haven't seen that one either.
Which one is Get
That's the one
Hard?
where he goes to prison, right?
yeah,
Oh yeah, I definitely have not seen that movie.
yeah,
Oh wait, Kevin James? You mean Kevin Hart?
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
my bad,
okay,
my
yeah.
Yeah, that's
bad.
why I said Adam Sandler because Kevin James and Adam Sandler are like best buddies now.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart needs to be in this movie.
Yeah.
He needs to be in this movie.
Kevin Hart plays like Obama just over like
Yes, Kevin Hart's the president.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Hart's the actual president.
Obama's actually on his fourth
Turn.
term right now.
But Obama was
He's been-
reelected.
He's been the deep state the whole time. Like Trump's just pretending to
Yeah.
be the deep state
Will Ferrell,
leader.
dude, that would be such a great scene. Like Will Ferrell calls him in on Skype, like during a meeting. He's like, "What do I do?" And Kevin Hart's just like yelling at him, telling him exactly what to do, and he's like, "Okay, I'm sorry." Oh yeah, we're making this movie now. All right, Will Ferrell, name your price.
We won't pay it. We'll give you $1.
We'll give you some dollars.
Give you
It's not about that. It's about. Oh, we need the
probably
guy.
exposure.
We need the guy from Pineapple Express, the dude with
James
the curly
Franco?
hair. No, not James fucking Franco. We need
Seth Rogen?
the curly hair guy with like the mullet.
Seth Rogen?
No,
Are you
motherfucker.
talking about is he in?
He's in Tropic Thunder.
too?
Yeah, he's the
okay. I don't remember
guy.
his name. But
So there's a show where he's the main character called Eastbound and Down.
yeah,
And it's written by and directed by like Will Ferrell, basically. It's like Will Ferrell's show, but Will Ferrell's like a minor character in it. He only appears sometimes.
Tropic.
He's the explosives guy in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. Oh my god, how do you not know him?
What other movies was he in?
Well, he's in This Is the End, but so is everyone from Pineapple Express.
He was in Talladega Nights too, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, he's like pudgy,
Yeah.
facial hair, curly mullet. He's always going, boom, motherfucker. He's always saying motherfucker.
His line I remember from Tropic Thunder is where he accidentally sets off
All the explosives,
all the
yeah.
explosives, and he screams like "big ass titties."
Yeah. Yeah, we need him in this movie somewhere. Him and Will Ferrell. He's the other president's son.
What about
He's what's his face? He's Eric Trump or whatever.
What about
Who's playing Ivanka?
who's the guy from like Zoolander?
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller should play Ivanka.
He's Ivanka's husband. And he's like he's definitely the odd man out who's like really mad at everyone. He doesn't like everyone.
We need it.
Oh, and then fucking I'm thinking of everyone from Anchorman now. Like all the other casters. Oh, what's the guy from Dodgeball? What's that guy's name?
Oh.
Fuck, what's his name? He's in Jurassic Park 2. Vince Vaughn. That's
Yeah,
Vince Vaughn.
yeah.
We need Vince Vaughn in here. All the 2000s comedy actors in the serious movie about Donald Trump and Trump Jr. And it's all about Trump Jr. getting cut. But we got
It's like a mystery, like you were saying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
he's
we don't
going
know
around,
which
he's like,
one.
Will Ferrell's like, no.
No, I want Will Ferrell to be it now. I want Will Ferrell to be Trump Jr. now. I think it'd be
Yeah.
really funny.
And going up to them and like grabbing them and being like, "Did you fuck my wife? Did you fuck my wife?" And he's like, I don't know, like,
Yelling at Steve Carell.
yeah. And do it like Whitest Kids You Know style, where it's no women in the whole movie, they're all in drag.
It's all
Yeah, I was thinking
Like-
we put people in drag. Yeah.
Okay.
I still like it can be done tastefully, and I still think drag is like, if done right, is very funny.
Yeah.
Like Timmy from Whitest Kids You Know did it really well.
The Wise Kids You Know did drag way too good. Like sometimes you fucking forget like that it's the guy you saw in the other skit. Like
Yeah.
because they get the tone down so well. And they're like so makeuped up. God, yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good.
You know, that does taste a little bit like pussy.
Wise Kids You Know sketches are all like it starts one way and then it goes so like it goes as far as it can go, and then the ending is always like something like that's completely unrelated, just like bam, right, and then they have to explore that for a bit. I need to pull up a video after we're done of I think the loudest and hardest I've ever laughed with my little brother was they're doing a sketch where it's like they're at a hockey game and it's like the kiss cam and it's like showing people kissing and it zooms in on Timmy and he's like waving and then he goes back to just staring off and he comes and it's still staring at him and he starts waving and then it like after a while it switches to someone else finally and then it comes back to him and he's like stop and then like it just keeps going and like eventually it like comes back to him, the chair's empty and then like it starts to go in the hallways and it like follows him and he's like walking away really fast. And then it just escalates. It just doesn't stop there.
Oh my god.
I
still chuckle about the one where he shits his pants.
He shits his pants and then he takes his hand, puts it in his pants. He has a turd in his hand, and the boss is like, "No one is leaving this meeting. We are finishing this meeting." And they're yelling at him, "It smells like shit." And he's like, "I don't care." And then Timmy falls.
At first they like don't notice it. He's like, "Wait, what did you just do?"
Yeah.
Oh, I like just pulled the turd out and threw it in the trash.
Like, don't throw it in the trash. Who else will keep smelling? So he has to sit in the meeting holding his piece of shit. The ending will shock you. Everyone knows the Grapist. That's a classic one.
The Grapist.
Where he says, "I'm gonna grape you."
I'm gonna grape you in the mouth.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one.
And then it's this long thing. The grape is going, "I'm gonna grape," and it seems like it's a real soda commercial. And then it like zooms out, and they're in a board meeting. You're like, "You can't make this commercial. You can't make it the Grapist." And he's like, "Well, what's so wrong with it?" He's like, "You said that you're gonna grape her in the mouth." And he goes, "Well, look what she's wearing. She's asking for it." And he goes, "What?" He goes, "She's wearing purple."
Oh my god!
Again, so like we were talking about rape jokes in the last episode. That's an effective one. That one's like actually funny.
It's making fun of.
But yeah, it's making fun of like.
Because the whole time they're talking about like you cannot do that. That's fucked up. And he's like, you've just got a dirty mind. I didn't say rape. We're talking about grape soda here.
Talking about grape soda. Yeah. There's another one where it's like a board meeting, and they're like, "Guys, we've made as much money as we possibly can from beer. There's nothing else we can do." It's like, what if we make beer for kids? Like, that might just work. And they make, and the commercial is just like, "I love playing in the mud and kid beer." And it's like all these kids like playing on the playground, and they're like, "Oh yeah," and they start drinking kid beer, and then they become so rich from selling beer to kids. And then they're like, "What else can we do?" Baby beer.
Oh my god.
And then the idea is so good that eventually the world explodes.
Oh my god.
Alright, I don't want to keep just repeating the jokes, but like, Wise Kids You Know is one of the best ever.
Did you ever?
They have a movie.
Oh really?
But it's not as good. It's like supposed to be like one of the like a horny stoner buddy movie, because like a studio wrote one, and then they're like, "We need this movie to be made," and then they're like, "Can we make it like our brand?" And they said, "Yeah." So like they go to the Playboy Mansion and all this stuff, like all the things that are supposed to be in the original movie. It's like super horny, a bunch of stoner humor, but then it just has like weird shit in it that would only be in Wise Kids, you know. So it's like a good movie, but not a very good movie. It's like funny, but like it's kind of annoying to watch. But there's a great scene where like one of the like they have actual Playboy bunny model girls or whatever they're called now, and Hugh Hefner's in it. He's still alive at this point, and she's like, "Here, take my puppy," because you know girls always carry the puppies, at least like these rich types, you know.
Yeah.
And he like grabs the dog, he's like holding it. And it starts pissing, and he's like, "Oh no!" And so he fills up all these champagne glasses with dog piss, and the girls start drinking it. And it's like, see, that is where Wise Kids comes in. and you see Playboy, like real, like really hot models who were probably actually in Playboy magazines are just drinking yellow liquid that's supposed to be dog piss. And hey, good stuff.
We'll have to watch that sometime. We'll have to do a movie night with that.
Yeah, I had like a period in my life where I just watched everything Wise Kids possible when I was like 19. Just my favorite thing.
I'm 19.
Oh my gosh. Shane, what's like your favorite thing in the world right now? Like, not game-wise, because I know you're just going to say Sekiro and Dark Souls. Huh? I'm talking about like TV shows and movies. Like, what's something that you got, what's the last thing you got super obsessed with?
The last thing?
Yeah, well, the biggest impact, I should say.
Oh, dude, I don't even know. I guess that's, if I don't know, then obviously that says something.
Right, but there's gotta be something that you got like really super invested in recently.
I can't think of anything like recently.
I guess like, I know you got into the Demon Slayer and stuff, so.
Yeah. But I wasn't like... I mean, I guess the last thing was Avatar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you asked me to watch Avatar every day.
Yeah.
For like...
Still haven't.
A few solid months, you just... Every single day was... you need to watch Avatar.
You do need to watch Avatar.
You really do, man.
But it's not gonna happen. So, except for one day. One day I'll be really bored.
I don't know why you don't just fucking watch it.
Because I turned it on and then I left it on. And I was literally watching it. And I was like, okay, I have no desire to keep going.
Oh, you just need to stick through it.
Season 1 is very dull, but it's building stuff.
It's
so you don't
got
have to
good
do a bunch of
moments.
exposition.
I should have watched it when I was a little
Oh
kid.
my god, just watch it now. You'll like it.
But I didn't. But you know, I haven't
give it a true try.
Yeah, but I haven't really watched like Young Justice season 3 yet, or
I haven't watched that either.
I haven't really watched anything aimed at young adults in a long time. You know, or when I say young adults, I mean like I should say tweens or 15, 16, whatever.
It's that 12 to 15 range.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything for that age group in a long time. Last time I did was probably like Adventure Time and Regular Show. I haven't really watched anything for them since. So. Like, I don't even really watch a lot of shonen anime. Like, I don't watch, like, I don't watch My Hero Academia and stuff, which is, like, that same demographic. So, yeah, I just don't watch that stuff anymore.
Pretty lame.
Sorry. Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I would say Avatar.
What about you, Jeremiah?
Oh.
I've
been on a...
It doesn't have to be most recently, but unless you want to share that. But.
Very most recently, I've been on a really big South Park kick.
Yeah.
I've just been on... I have HBO Max.
Definitely had one of those times in my life, too.
So I've just been going through and watching some of their, like...
Yeah.
I've slept through a lot of it, but from, like, episode 1, I'm up to, like, season 7 right now. And the new stuff's good. The old stuff is... really good. Like I've never really gotten through these seasons before, and
yeah, classic South Park is amazing. That's like prime South Park in my opinion. Just like there's prime Simpsons, there's prime South Park.
And so Simpsons. I got really big into that during lockdown as well.
Yeah.
And
Shane, I know didn't you watch like literally every episode?
No.
Or did you, but you got into like the later seasons, didn't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what season you stopped?
No. I noticed where it stopped.
Did you watch Lisa Goes Gaga or whatever?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh god.
My god.
I watched that one too when it first aired.
Ew.
Because they advertised, I was like, oh, this one might be good. It was not.
My god. You know, it's bad when it has like the HD.
Oh, based after the Simpsons movie came out.
Yeah,
the Simpsons movie I actually like.
Yeah,
the Simpsons movie's good.
But like after that, the show was just bad. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
But like I'd say up to season 10 or 11.
I really like the Simpsons movie. I'm glad it needed to happen someday.
Yeah,
and I'm glad it did.
It's an end of an era.
That movie was not like the best Simpsons writers ever or anything like that.
No.
So
it was definitely like the end of the era, the Simpsons era.
Yeah, Simpsons should have just ended after that. I mean, the movie kind of sets it up to be Springfield's like totally destroyed at the end. Like,
yeah,
it kind of sets it up to be like it should just be over now. But that'll never happen.
Yeah, Simpsons and Family Guy coming out like 12 years after Simpsons did.
Yeah.
Family Guy's old. Family Guy is worn out. Simpsons is...
Family Guy's another show that...
beyond that.
Because on this podcast, I've shit on it a lot, but I will admit, it's probably... There was a time where I was on a huge Seth MacFarlane kick, and I watched everything he's ever done. And I don't think I've seen every episode of Cleveland Show and American Dad, and I haven't seen any of the new Family Guys. But there was a time where I was fucking caught up on that man's like life. And I think he was a genius at one point. I think he's just tired now. I think he's just...
He doesn't even write on Family Guy anymore. He hasn't for like 5+ years.
I don't know if he even really wants to do it anymore. I mean, it seemed like he kept making all these other works to almost like he wanted to branch out or something. But maybe that's just me. But I mean, it seems like he wanted to move on.
I mean, I think American Dad is better than Family Guy now.
I haven't seen any new American Dads, but American Dad is like when American Dad came out, it just was better than Family Guy.
Right.
Like, when you'd watched the new episodes back to back, it just always has been better.
And it's just like, it's because American Dad is like more grounded, but it's still like he's a CIA agent, so they still get to do wacky shit. But then there's no flashbacks, which is awesome.
Yes. No cutaways.
The cutaways.
Yeah.
The cutaways were genius when the show first came out, but after.
They ran out of ideas.
They really are a really lazy tool. Like, when South Park made fun of it, at the time, I disagreed with South Park. I was like, Family Guy is not lazy about it. It's not just random thing. But now it kind of is.
Yeah.
It really is just like the most random thing possible
That doesn't make sense with the story.
Half the time, they're really not funny. Half the time, it's just like you're watching Kanye Twitty, and he plays like almost an entire song. You just sit there and watch it.
Conway Twitty was funny the first time, too.
And I thought it was funny when they brought it back. But, like, I think they did it again, and I think they did it again after.
Yeah.
Same with the chicken fight. The chicken fight, there was one the entire first run of the show. Then it got canceled. Then they did one more chicken fight like a few seasons after the show came back. They waited. They didn't do it first episode. They waited to do the chicken fight again. And now there's been like 4, 5, 6 chicken fights since then. Like, give it a rest already with the chicken fights.
They
did a Simpson and Homer fight.
Yeah, the
Peter and Homer fight.
The Peter Homer fight is just a chicken fight.
Yeah.
But which I hate only because it takes up so much time of that episode that could have been used on anything else. That episode is like really, 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 like, the first time I watched it, I liked it. It's really just super disappointing, and
it doesn't have a lot of rewatch value.
The whole joke is Family Guys and Simpsons.
Yeah, it has nothing to say. It's so weird. It's just like, could you imagine Stewie and Bart? Stewie's a lot meaner than Bart, though. What?
Yeah.
I don't care.
I liked when they did Futurama Simpsons crossover.
Yeah.
Well, because they basically just put Bender in Simpsons.
Yeah.
And that's all it really needed to be.
Yeah.
Which is sort of like with... Here's the problem with Family Guy crossing over Simpsons. Simpsons is a show about a family where every character has a lot going on for them. Family Guy, there's Peter and there's Stewie.
And Brian.
Chris does nothing. Meg does nothing. Lois does things sometimes.
When it benefits Peter's story.
Right. Brian is only in either Peter's stories or Stewie's story. He used to have, Meg used to have whole episodes. Chris would have whole episodes, but lately, the Family Guy is about, just a dude.
Yeah.
I am actually caught up on Family Guy. I don't like it. I don't know why I keep watching it. But they haven't even done a Stewie episode in a while. It's just Peter.
That's crazy to me.
Well,
but
there's a one episode I remember where Chris and Meg literally kill all of their classmates. Why don't they do shit like that anymore?
Yeah, and they did it. It was right after Kingsman came out, so they did it to the same It was like the same fight sequence where they're playing Freebird, and they're running around stabbing people, and the camera's following them around. And,
and they just kill a lunchroom full of their own classmates.
That's like third wave Family Guy craziness.
Yeah.
When Family Guy first came back after it was canceled, it was better than ever. It was still great. And then it got weird and different and lazy and extreme and very vulgar. And that's third wave. And then now they're on just they don't even try anymore wave.
Yeah.
It's just Fox keeping it alive. The same reason they keep Simpsons alive, just because it's always going to make some money,
right?
And they don't have to come up with any new character models or even really any new stories.
The reason why I think I liked Cleveland Show and American Dad, and I liked them when they were all three on. I would watch all three shows and be like, I really don't care about Family Guy.
Yeah,
I really like the other two though, and I think the reason why is because it just gets stale, and this is a new opportunity with new characters and new stories. And you get to explore those characters, so it still matters. What Simpsons and South Park did was they both did the same thing, where they introduced more and more and more characters till there was this huge, everyone in the whole city is fleshed out. And then they went on to topical stuff, and then both of them have been doing that. I think South Park has been handling it a million times better than Simpsons because Simpsons is too afraid to really put themselves out there. But they're also on Fox. They're not on like Fox is like a normal network channel or whatever. What do you call it?
Public broadcast.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, it's like whereas Comedy Central is like a side channel for Viacom, and so they can just do whatever they can say whatever the fuck they want. So, and they do. And they keep trying to show Muhammad. They cross that boundary so many times on South Park. And that's why they can do like topical stuff and people will be interested versus Simpsons, which is just Homer being like Homer at one point just was a Republican. And that was like every episode. It was Homer was just a Republican who supports... You get it? Because he's dumb?
Yeah.
Which
isn't really a joke.
No.
It's... My same problem with like when I talked about the talking about trans stuff on Young Justice. It's like,
oh yeah.
Do not tell me your beliefs or your whatever. Like don't tell me things. Put it in a story.
Right.
Like and that's what American Dad did really well.
Yeah.
Because Stan is very much a Republican. Stan and they make jokes about him being dumb, but he's not just like a dumb guy like Homer.
Yeah. Stan is like a very relatable, complex. He's like Hank Hill.
Yeah.
They're both very relatable human beings, but you know where they stand, and you see the folly of them because of that. And that's like a show needs to be revolved around a flawed person.
There's depth to the character, basically. And then they later did that with like Homer. Like he said that that was pretty early on where they had Homer as a Republican, right?
Homer was a Republican like right after Simpsons started being bad, basically.
Okay, I thought he was in like season 1 too.
No, he was he's not really political at all in the earlier seasons, but he just works for a nuclear power plant, which like if you're like an environmentally conscious person like wouldn't work there, I guess, but it's not really like whatever. Most Americans would just do it anyway, like. But Matt Groening like literally put him in a power plant so he could put like his leftist bullshit in it. Basically,
yeah.
They wanted to like be like, oh, I could always make fun of if Homer always works at a power plant, I can always make a message about the environment. So that was his whole thing.
I remember an episode where Lisa starts smoking, and Homer catches her.
Yeah.
Grabs a cigarette from her mouth and throws it on the ground, and then pulls out a gun and shoots it like a bajillion times. And then he like puts away the gun in a trench coat with like a bajillion other guns, and he goes, "Man, cigarettes are too easy to get these days." It's like obviously.
Yeah. Well, the Simpsons will definitely tackle lots of issues like political stuff, and they're always like the old episodes. The episodes where like Itchy and Scratchy got banned because Marge.
Yeah.
That's a great one too. They don't really tell you what to think. They just present both sides of the argument, and they're like, "Here you go," and it's funny.
Yeah. That's what satire should be. It shouldn't be someone telling you what to think. It should be like,
well,
this is like an outrageous problem, like an outrageous question.
They can tell you what to think, but you need to do it in a way that's like, how do I explain it? Satire is tricky to do because a lot of people think they're making satire and they're really just making literally the same thing. They're just like promoting the thing they're against pretty much. You have to like, apparently a bunch of Republicans would watch the Colbert Report and they didn't know it was a joke. Or they're like, yes, we're supposed to make fun of him, but Colbert's actually right, or something like that. But you have to do it like, you can't just bullshit it. You have to just present like actual evidence, basically, and let people decide for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's why like something like American Dad is good, because Stan is like a staunch believer in like a certain thing, and then he's proven wrong because they present him with like a bunch of different other scenarios that he's never really thought about.
Right, like it'll be like what was the one? There was one from an early season where he found a new best friend who was like a Republican, gun-carrying, whatever, but he was a Satanist.
Oh.
and he was like, but you're going to hell, and he was like, yeah, I know, like that's where Satan is or whatever, and he's like, we can't be best friends, and he's like, well, why not? Like,
yeah.
Besides that one, and it just. Yeah, they made a good case for it. Or the one where he wasn't allowed to speak at the Republican National Convention, but he found the gay neighbors were also Republicans, and they were going to let him speak at the Gay National Republican Convention, and so he tried to become a gay guy because he believed that it was like a choice, and then he tried to fuck another guy, and he was like, I can't do it, like, what's wrong? And he's like, well, you're probably not gay, and he's like, you're not actually what? Gay. That's a thing? Like, I thought you were choosing this the whole time. Like,
I forgot about the gay couple. I forgot there's so many good jokes. That's the thing about American Dad is it's just like you got a guy who believes in so many things and then all these factors of his life. Like his son is not an alpha Chad. His son's like a nerdy dweeb. His daughter's a super liberal hippie, and that's supposed to be like daddy's girl. Republicans want daddy's girl.
Right.
And then then you have like the gay neighbors that he's really good friends with. Like everyone in his life is like not really for him.
The angry drug doing black principal is one of his best friends in the show.
But like his boss,
his
boss, which is Patrick Stewart,
who is probably the best role in that whole show.
Oh, I'm so glad that Seth MacFarlane. This is why Seth MacFarlane actually is good, because he's a Star Trek fan, and he's like, oh, I'm going to give Patrick Stewart a role in this show.
When he does that with old actors, so, like he did that with Adam West.
Yeah, Adam West
is with Patrick Stewart, like
Adam West had some really great moments all throughout Family Guy. But but the thing is about Patrick Stewart's character is he's the worst one to Stan.
Yeah.
He's the meanest one to Stan. But Stan's like thinks he's such an American dream, you know? And that's why Stan's such a good character.
And he's like super unhinged and like does cocaine in his office and shit.
Yeah.
And kills prostitutes. And,
he's just straight up like evil.
Yeah.
He's chaotic evil.
Yeah.
American Dad was like my favorite show for the longest time, but I'll admit even that show after it had all those moments where they were fleshing out Stan's character and like the joke is that Republicans are dumb, it just like escalates into weird territory, and that's when but also those are like really funny stories.
And it had a dip for a little while.
Yeah.
Because they moved over to TBS.
Yeah.
But then TBS ended up giving Seth MacFarlane pretty much free creative control.
Yeah.
So it did get weird for a while, but then it got really good again.
I haven't seen much of the TBS stuff. I should sit down and get into it. I wonder what it's like.
It's pretty good. And then King of the Hill's coming back.
Really?
Yeah. With an actual 20-year time jump.
That's awesome.
So it's going to be like old Hank Hill.
Yeah. Older Bobby.
I
didn't know they were doing this. Well, Tom Petty and the woman who plays Luann are both dead, so I guess they're just not going to be in the show.
No,
Lucky and Luann, they're just not going to be there. I mean, that show is more relevant and popular than... Like, I feel like right when after it was canceled, like 4chan loved King of the Hill.
Yeah.
And they would just post Hank Hill memes, and King of the Hill memes just became so super popular on YouTube, super popular all over was Hank Hill stuff. Propane accessories was all over the place. And then nowadays, people still talk about King of the Hill on TikTok and on YouTube and everything.
They use Bobby like holding up the poster in the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
And they're like, they'd be angry if they could read.
Yeah.
King of the Hill is probably one of the best adult-orientated like animated shows ever made. Well, I could say family.
I really want to watch it.
I don't know if it's on anything.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah. So first season it's one of those shows where the first season has some rough episodes. Like there's one where Child Protective Services are called on Hank, and Peggy accidentally gets like a black eye, and Bobby keeps talking back to him, so Hank keeps like yelling at him. And
it's
so
like
then
situational.
Yeah. So then she comes over, but like in those episodes, Hank is like a more angry beer drinking father. Like there's an episode early on where Bobby is caught smoking, so Hank forces Bobby to smoke all the cigarettes, and then all that happens is that both Hank and Bobby get addicted to cigarettes, and they keep fighting over cigarettes.
Peggy too.
Yeah, all three of them are just because Peggy's like, "You guys smoked? I remember when we used to smoke." And he's like, "Yeah, I still got one." Like those ones are like the characters are not nearly as fleshed out, but like once the show becomes good once you have a true understanding of who Hank Hill is. which is just like this really normal, the most normal protagonist of all time. He's just a normal guy, and then weird shit happens to him.
So but it's like Avatar, you have to make it through the first season.
Except for it's a lot funnier.
Okay. I will say it's a lot funnier.
There's so many good episodes of King of the Hill.
I'm gonna watch it now because I've been needing a show to watch.
John Redcorn. How do you get better than John Redcorn? He's one of the greatest characters.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that now.
And Dale
I need
Gribble.
A show to watch.
Dale Gribble is my very favorite.
Dale Gribble. He starts out as like this super wacko, but then eventually once you understand him too, he's just. I don't know how to describe Dale Gribble. I really don't. He's just insane.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah, he's like super chaotic, but then he turns like childlike wonderment like character.
Yeah.
But he's still crazy, and he carries sand in his pocket for pocket sand, so he can throw it in people's eyes if they fuck with him.
I would say the best.
He's like the Charlie of the show, but he's like a successful Charlie. I don't know how to describe him.
It's like, okay, who was Pinchy Prudence? Imagine
yes.
Prudence is like a redneck.
It's Val's a redneck man. And his son is half Native American, but him and his wife are both white. And John Redcorn always comes around.
And he's the wife's masseuse.
Oh my god!
And he's just like up on it. Every episode, he's like, John Redcorn, you're such a good friend. You always take care of my wife. And it's just
that's awesome.
And like everyone knows, but Hank knows. Everyone knows. And then like, there's like an episode where they like he starts going through puberty, and then he's like, look at him. He's nothing like me. And then his wife starts freaking out, and she's like really nervous. But Dale's he literally just thinks that his wife was abducted by aliens and impregnated by aliens, and that's why they don't have as much in common. And so Dale tries to summon aliens to like come down and pick up their son.
Oh my god.
But like it's like a show. It's an animated sitcom, but it's more grounded in reality than like most animated sitcoms.
So wait,
nothing happens that would like just not happen in a normal everyday, basically.
Yeah. It's pure like Americana.
Yeah.
Like
it's like the most boring show, but the characters in it are just so hilarious. And Boomhauer is probably the best character.
Boomhauer is really good too.
But Hank's friends. It's like everyone knows who Hank is because he's like the normal guy, but he's friends with like three people who are just. He's the only straight man of the group. Most shows it's like one straight man and a bunch of wacky guys. In this show, the main character's straight man and his best friends are just fucking weird people.
It's what is it? It's an army barber,
who's like a super big
South
failure.
Louisiana. He's a massive failure.
Doesn't have a wife. Doesn't have like any future at all.
Like Boomhauer's like a massive man whore who you cannot understand.
Yeah, the whole time he's like
he's speaking an actual like Texas accent.
You can
it's so thick you cannot.
Yeah, if you really pay attention, you can kind of understand what he's saying. But the whole joke is he goes, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm going, man, get a boomstick, man, and go woo, and go, that's how he talks every episode.
And I'll tell you what, like, I mean, old Hank here, like, hey, you got better. I mean, like. And
then, like, usually Hank will be like, "Yeah, you're right, Boomhauer," or he'll be like, "Boomhauer, what? Are you? Don't say that." like, and like,
Kenny is what he is.
He's literally Kenny. Yeah, there's one episode where they're all arguing over something, and Boomhauer literally just like. Man, why don't you just like go have the same and shake hands and make up? And he's like, Boomhauer, that's asinine. How dare you? But he's like literally saying what they need to do. Like there's one episode where they all have to retell a tale, and everyone tells a version where like they're the hero at the end.
Yeah,
it's like they're volunteer firefighters for a day, and they're all like, I'm the one who did. And then Boomhauer's version. Everyone's going, man, and then Boomhauer starts talking. He's like, Hank, why don't you go to the truck and grab the keys? And he's like, Dale, you go over there.
That's awesome.
And then after the story, it like flashes back to him telling the story. He's like, and then they're like, did anyone catch a word of that? I love Boomhouse so much. Yeah.
Cotton.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot Hank's dad. He's this guy who had his knees removed because he fought in Korea. Or did he fight in World War II?
World War II.
He fought in World War II. Yeah, because he literally he calls them Japs the entire show. He's dating a woman who's like who went to Hank's high school, went to high school with Hank. And he has a son with her that's like a baby. By the time you meet the baby, he's like literally a baby, and he's like, okay, this is my brother.
And his name is the baby's name is Good Hank.
Cotton is amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the show is perfect. Okay, King of the Hill is probably, but it's like, because I think most of us would agree, like Futurama is probably like the best, like one of the best cartoons like ever made.
First few seasons at least.
Yeah,
but like Comedy Central stuff.
Oh yeah, the Comedy Central stuff's that doesn't count in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like King of the Hill is like the best like animated sitcom where it's like this is like a normal ass show, could have been done in live action. Just the most run of the mill, nothing too weird. No chicken fights, no
aliens,
like, nothing weird like Simpsons or Family Guy or South Park. Just normal plots, normal episodes, people just talking, resolving their issues.
Just North Central Texas.
Yeah.
He sells propane and propane accessories.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Well, I've met many people who said they've never watched it, and I've met people who've told me that they don't like it, and it's not funny, and I'm always just like, you don't understand. It is the best of these shows, I promise you.
And it's MTV, so they have like at least once a season they have a massive musical guest. Like
it was on Fox.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it got syndicated on literally like everything. It's been on TBS. It's been on UPN. It's been on like it's on ABC. It was on Cartoon Network. Like, King of the Hill was literally, and then FXX is Fox, so like all those shows are gonna be on FX.
Yeah.
I said FXX, but I meant FX. But yeah. Because FX is just like all the Fox dumping. It was the Fox dumping ground where they would just put all their extra shows and Always Sunny.
You know what? Okay, so you know what I'm thinking of is the guy who created it.
Yeah.
Did Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. Beavis and Butthead. Mike Judge did Beavis and Butthead, then King of the Hill. And when you watch Beavis and Butthead, there's an older neighbor who's literally just Hank.
Yeah.
It's used the same voice as Hank.
I've watched some of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Judge is just a fucking... He also did Office Space. So, like...
That was him, too?
He's a director and writer of that, yeah. And he did Idiocracy.
Okay,
oh, wow.
I like both those.
Yeah, no, Mike Judge is a legend. Like, Mike Judge is a treasure. He's just perfect. I don't know what to say. Everything he does... And when he talks in real life, he sounds like he lives in Arlington, Texas. And he sounds like he could be friends with Hank. Yeah. But he wanted, because Beavis and Butthead is such an extreme satire. It's such an extreme show that I think he just wanted to do something just completely normal. Like, it's like going from South Park to like working on like Seinfeld or something.
Yeah.
Like a super extreme show to something super relatable. Because Beavis and Butthead is just so out there, but it's like the same animation as King of the Hill.
I've only seen clips from Beavis and Butthead.
Watch it.
But they are like I just watched one of my first clips today, and it was where they were trapped in an elevator with a woman.
Anytime they're with a woman.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're basically incels, but like, but they don't hate women like incels do.
And
Beavis and Butthead Do America was on Netflix for a while.
I watched that.
Fantastic movie. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
She'll let us do her?
Yeah. She was like, okay. Why don't you get down on the floor of the elevator on your hands and knees, and you get on top of them and do the same thing. Yeah. He was like, and then we'll have sex. And she was like, yes. And then she climbed up on top of them and put out the hatch, and they just stayed like that for like like a fast forward sequence, but they were just
Still waiting for the sex.
Yeah, and he was like, "Hey, the one on bottom who was like, I think it was Beavis." Was
Blonde
like,
hair is Beavis.
Yeah, it was blonde hair is Beavis. He was like, "Hey, where is she?" And Bud was like, "I don't know."
Butthead always goes, "This is how Butthead talks." He goes, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so
He goes, he always says, because he's making fun of high schoolers. God, I love that show. That show.
Oh my god.
There's like an episode where they go to like a feminist convention too.
Oh my god.
And they're like, we're no. The best part of like of Beavis Butt Do America is when they're on the bus, like going to like Las Vegas, and this old lady's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play the slots," and he's like, "Whoa, there's slots."
I remember that. Oh my god.
And they're like, "We gotta go," and then they keep telling people like,
We gotta go to Vegas.
We're
and get
looking
some
for
sluts."
the sluts."
And they go into like some casino where it's like an Egyptian girl with giant like
Yeah,
the statue.
Statue of like a big titty woman, and they just like stare at it.
And they're like, oh my god. And they go climb it.
God, that show is perfect.
Oh my god.
So Mike Judge, like, okay, you have the choice. Forget that Matt Groening rode the Lolita Express. Forget that. You have a choice. Meaning Matt Groening. Yeah.
Okay, damn. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if it means anything. But
I mean, I still use a Windows computer too, and
yeah.
I eat Subway, and
Yeah, I
I
know.
like Michael Jackson.
Hey, Michael Jackson was proven innocent for like the third time after he was already dead. Like they just proved it earlier this year. He's
Okay.
innocent again. No one can. He doesn't even. I don't even know if anyone's throwing money behind this anymore. They just can't prove it. So.
Yeah.
But Michael Jackson has done a lot of questionable things to where it's really weird. Michael Jackson's just a weird, horribly traumatized person who became so filthy stinking rich he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, that's a really bad combination.
Yeah.
That's that child star combination.
Yeah.
Like best case scenario, they just do heroin for the rest of their life.
So he was addicted to like prescription pills or something.
Yeah.
Then he would get it like paid. He would like get extra under the table, and that's how he died because no one knew he was getting it. And so yeah. Anyway,
Wasn't his doctor charged with manslaughter or something?
should have been
I think he was.
because his doctor was complicit in this. Obviously, his doctor was the one selling it to him. But yeah. So what was I gonna say? Okay, so you have the chance to meet Matt Groening, Seth MacFarlane, or Mike Judge. I mean, what are you taking here? Who's best between the three of them? I guess I should say. I'm not just gonna shit on Seth MacFarlane because his new stuff is bad. Because if the way I see it, it's like calling Metallica a bad band because you don't like their last two albums versus their fucking all of their earlier albums.
Right. Yeah.
So we're talking like the best of Simpsons and Futurama versus the best of Family Guy and American Dad versus the best of Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill. I don't know.
I know, that's really hard. I would say Matt Groening, though.
Matt Groening. I kind of think I would too. I think he's like the king.
Matt Groening just for
The Simpsons and Futurama?
Not only did he start it, but like yeah, when you combine both of them, like
Yeah.
Simpsons is better than Family Guy. Like Prime Simpsons is better than Prime Family Guy.
And Futurama is way
Futurama
better
is his own.
than both.
I don't know what to compare Futurama to. It's literally nothing.
It's so good.
It's its own thing.
I would say I might be biased right now because I said I'm in a kick right now of it, but I would say
Oh, you say South Park?
is at least
I
on
had
par with like Prime South Park is on par with
Yeah.
Prime Simpsons.
I had a huge
Yeah.
kick with Matt Parker. Like I told you about the Simpsons, about how I had my South Park kick. We watched Orgasmo.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Basketballs is also good. Matt Parker and obviously Team America. That's like legendary. You've seen it right now, Jeremiah. You've all seen it,
I
right?
haven't.
We need to watch
Oh
it.
my god.
We need to watch it.
So funny.
It's those
You
guys
have to
can't.
give me a blowjob to save the world.
Those guys can't do wrong. Like literally, those guys are just Matt Parker and Trey Stone are just godlike.
I forget how he says it though. He's like,
Well, he comes up on like a big video after he saves the day, and it's like, "Don't worry, he loves his country. He sucked my dick to prove he loves this country. And everyone in the audience is like, huh. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I would love to say Mike Judge. Mike Judge is like a god to me, but
Yeah.
I think I do have to say Matt Groening. But again, then you talk about Beavis and Bud and King of the Hill, it's like, what even is the comparison to those two shows? I need those two shows. Like,
They're just so, like, unique and iconic.
I need Mike Judge in my life.
Yeah.
If I had this option instead, I would just... It'd be cool to have them all in the same room.
Yeah.
Just, like, discussing
Wait.
animated comedy.
They're all friends. Well, maybe not. Sybil Farn's probably not friends with Matt Stone and Trey Parker. But the other ones are friends. Like, Matt Groening is friends with Matt Stone, Trey Parker, and they did a Simpsons crossover with Family Guy for a reason. So,
Right.
but they're all apparently when the South Park made the Family Guy episode, the Simpsons writing staff sent South Park like a letter saying thank you or something. And yeah, I don't know, man. But we can end this one.
Yeah.
We can wrap it up.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
I don't want to end it on that. I don't want to end it on, oh my god. Because, like, it wasn't set up at all.
Okay, well, bye, guys.